What's going on, boys? Today we're going to be covering one of my favorite mechanics in SIDESWIPE, pinches. Pinches are insanely useful in this game, and they remain that way even through the higher rank. So without any further delay, let's just get right into it. The setup is an important step in the pinch process, and it's usually done through air dribbles. If you haven't learned how to air dribble properly, you're going to have a hard time getting any power on your pinches. The main thing you need to be able to do is air dribble straight to the ceiling without the ball falling from your car. Start by having your ball in the middle of your car and jumping. Once you jump, let the ball get slightly above your car and tilt back. Once your bumper is facing the ball, boost towards the ball and aim for the middle. For most of this setup, you want to be hitting the middle of the ball so it doesn't get too far away from you. Worry about how you're going to flip into the ball once you get closer to the ceiling. Another setup I like to use is rolling off of my own backboard. You have to make sure your opponents aren't going to pre-jump you here though. Once the ball rolls in front of your goal, you can start hitting it from its side and leading it towards the ceiling. This method is really good for catching opponents off guard if you can get enough power on the ball. Timing your flip so you make contact with the ball at the perfect time is going to take some practice to get down. I like to flip ever so slightly before the ball hits the ceiling. This gives your flip enough time to push the ball into the wall, and when it makes contact, it gets pushed out faster. If you're struggling with this part, try flipping a little earlier than you think you need to. My biggest problem with learning was flipping too late and just kind of bouncing off of the ball. It's a really precise timing, so don't get frustrated if it takes you a little bit to get it. This is the easiest part of the setup in my opinion. If you are far from the goal and you need a boomer pinch, you want to be as far to the side of the ball as possible. If you pinch in the middle, you're either going to bounce off of the ball or just barely move it. If you fly straight up with the ball for the pinch versus flying at a slight angle, you can get different pinch results. I find that flying at an angle tends to lead to more distance covered overall, whereas flying straight up leads to some absolute banger pinches. You'll have to decide based off the distance from your opponent's goal which type of pinch you're going to need. If you guys take all the tips that I've given you and apply it to ground pinches, you can achieve similar results. I haven't been able to get good height on ground pinches, but they are a great way to set up teammates on breakaway goals. And that's going to do it for this pinch tutorial, boys. If you guys learned anything, please consider dropping a like or a sub, and I'll talk to you in the next one. See ya.